This slides This slides belongs to the acknowledgement of the country. We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodian of the land and pay our respect to the elder past, present and future, for they hold the memories and tradition, culture and the hope of their people. The first flag belongs to the Aboriginal and second flag belongs to the Torres Islander. These slides belong to the early childhood approaches. There are the two types of the approaches. The two types of approaches are historical and contemporary approaches. In historical approaches, tabula rasa, blanket slate, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau and John Wesley and Frederick Roberts. And just in the tabula rasa, it gives the priority to the nurture and the environments. And Jean-Jacques Rousseau always motivate to the others. So John Wesley, it gives a priority to the moral education and spiritual developments. And Frederick Roberts, it supports the modern play-based theory. And just in the second approach, the contemporary approach, Reggio Emilie, it helps in critical thinking and creative inclusions. And from the forest kindergarten, it helps in sensory exploration and environment touch. And the play-based learning, it support in inclusions and holistic developments. These slides belongs to the early childhood approaches. Just I picked up the historical approach and contemporary approach. The first one is that just belongs to the historical approach is the tabula rasa. This approach says that the newborn child is like a blanket slate, and which was given by Locke 1690 to 1996. And however, the cognitive awareness coming from the before the learning from any physical activities surrounding, which was given by the Spiridiums and Movens in 2025. This day, the dynamic theory gives the idea about the difference between the nature and nurture, which means the children's brains are not empty. Just the next one is contemporary approach. Just in the contemporary approach, Reggio Emilie, this approach helps in the critical thinking, creativity, inclusion, and environments as the thought teachers, which helps in the children's communication and exploration and discovery, which was given by the Strong, Wilson, and Alice just in 2007. The children's communicate through the many languages like the symbolic, any props, and the cognitives from the any expressive, and given by the Vichy 2010. These slides belongs to the types of the theory. So I prepared one flow chart of the types of the theories. The types of the theory is classified into the four types. Four types. The first one is the psychodynamics, and the second one is a behaviorist, and the third one is the evolutionary, and the fourth one is constructivist. And just in the psychodynamics, there are the three types. Is the first one is a Freud, Erikson, and the ball-by attachment and theory. Is the behaviorist theory, the John Watson and the B.F. Skinner's, and the evolutionary theory, just only the evolutionary theory, and constructivist theory. There are the four types of the theory. It's the ecological system, and the cognitive theory, and socioculture, and the Berners. These slides belong to the critical reflection on the theories. The first one is the psychodynamic theory. According to the Freud, it helps to create a good environment where all the children feel safe. Just was proposed by the MacLeod in 2018. Just in the behaviorist theory, according to John and Watson, via Skinner, it gives the idea about the rewards and punishment are effective, but the teacher and educator should be careful about the children's need, emotion, and the sentiment. Just in evolutionary theory, play is an intrinsic property of the children, and however, it does not consider the social influence, culture, and emotions. Just in the last one is a constructivist theory. Social cultural theory, according to the Irving and the Katners in 2019, it gives the idea about the teachers should be careful about the language, collaboration, modeling, and how to teach them and support to their learning sectors. These slides belongs to the early childhood frameworks. The first one is early learning frameworks EYLF, and the children are the from the different backgrounds. They are the acknowledged in each child's belonging, begins, and becomings. And then first one is the principle and practice and learner outcomes. The figure number one, early learning frameworks EYLF, is which gives the holistic idea about the belonging, begins, and becomings, and then just inside that the principle and practice and learner outcomes. Thus, just the critical reflections on it, it reflects an environment which provides not only the safe and however the enlightening or for all the children, which was proposed by the Australian Children's Education and Care Quality 2022. Just the second one is national quality standards. There are the 7 types of quality area. Just the quality area QA stand for the quality area QA1 to QA7, and then the QA1 is the educational program and practice. Just up to QA7 is stand for the governance and leadership, and which was proposed by the Australian Education and Care and Quality 2025. This slide belongs to the critical reflection on the frameworks. And the first one is here is a table number 1, critical reflection on the frameworks, the early learning frameworks and the national quality NQS. And the first one is does my teaching way is to provide the sense of the belongings for all children who come from the different backgrounds, and am I right to provide the proper guidance of the play and explore the expression and themselves without the hesitation and restriction. And the third one is am I critically careful and about the influence the children's experience, belonging, begins, and becomings. And just in the national quality standard NQS, the are my teaching area is safe or good but also inclusive. Should I carefully about the children's but interact with the families and different backgrounds and from the different languages, and how do I improve my reflective practice and all the educator and teachers, not only the supervisions. This slides belongs to the references list. Yeah, I include all the references in the slides. Thank you for goodbye.